Hello, dear Kababayan. There are afternoons in Manila when the sun turns the glass buildings gold. You hear someone speaking English so naturally, then turning to smile in their mother tongue. On the other side of the world, a Filipino nurse gently reassures a patient with that familiar warmth in their voice. And after a storm has just passed, neighbors come together to rebuild a roof as if it was simply the most natural thing to do. This is Pinoy Global Explorer, where we don't just talk about our country, but explore the quiet strengths that have long shaped the Filipino spirit. We rarely call ourselves the best, but some things, repeated again and again in everyday life, prove it more clearly than any slogan ever could. If your heart has ever warmed at the sound of the word Filipino, stay with me. You might realize that strength has always been closer than you think. One of the largest English-speaking nations in the world. In a cafe in Makati, you might overhear an online meeting conducted entirely in English, fluent, natural, without a hint of strain. Halfway across the world, a Filipino nurse calmly explains a medical condition to a patient in the UK, her voice steady and clear. And inside a call center in Quezon City that runs through the night, thousands of calls are handled for customers in the US, Australia, and Canada. And the Philippines is home to more than 110 million people, and it stands as one of the largest English-speaking nations in the world. In many recent global English proficiency rankings, the country consistently places among the highest in Asia. But what truly earns respect is not just the ability to speak the language. It's the ability to use English in professional settings, with emotional intelligence and cultural sensitivity. Have you ever noticed? And Filipinos don't just understand words. We read nuance. We know when to be firm, when to soften our tone. That's one reason the country's BPO industry has remained among the global leaders for years, contributing tens of billions of dollars annually to the economy. But the numbers aren't the most important part. Think about Maria, a young woman who grew up in Cebu, attended a public school, and has never traveled abroad. Yet today, and she works directly with clients across 3 different continents. Maria is not the exception. She is simply one of millions of Filipinos who carry that quiet confidence into the world. For us, English is not merely a colonial legacy. It has become a tool that opens doors, a bridge connecting a nation of more than 7,000 islands to the rest of the world. And perhaps you've experienced that moment too, when someone unexpectedly asks, "Where did you learn to speak English so naturally?" You smile, not loudly, but inside, there is a very real sense of pride, because we don't just speak English. We use it to stand shoulder to shoulder with the world. 2. One of the most adaptable workforces in the world. Imagine a world map and place a small dot everywhere Filipinos live and work. The Middle East, Europe, North America, Africa, on ships crossing open oceans, in hospitals in London, on construction sites in Dubai, in classrooms in Tokyo. Each year, more than 1.8 million Filipinos leave to work abroad, according to recent government data, and millions more have settled long-term in over 100 countries. But what keeps the world hiring Filipinos is not just professional skill, it's adaptability. You walk into a completely unfamiliar environment. The climate is different. The culture is different. The habits are different. Even the way people communicate feels unfamiliar. And yet, after just a few months, you've adjusted. You haven't lost yourself. But you haven't closed yourself off either. Think about Ramon, a seafarer working on an international cargo vessel. Each voyage lasts months, of bringing together different nationalities, different temperaments, different pressures. Ramon is not the loudest person on board, but he is the one colleagues turn to when something goes wrong. Not because he is perfect, but because he knows how to live and work alongside others. And that is the real strength. The Filipino ability to adapt is not compromise, it is flexibility. It is understanding that to survive and grow, you must listen, observe, and adjust, without losing your core values. Isha, have you ever had to start over in a new place? If you have, you know it is never easy. Yet Filipinos have done it again and again, not because we enjoy leaving home, but because we have the courage to step beyond it. We don't stand out because we are loud. We stand out because we can remain steady anywhere in the world. And that is a strength not every nation possesses. 3. One of the most disaster-resilient nations in the world. There are countries that seem strong because they are rarely tested. The Philippines is different. Each year, an average of around 20 typhoons enter the country's area of responsibility. Floods, earthquakes, volcanoes. The Philippines sits squarely along the Pacific Ring of Fire and the path of tropical storms. These numbers aren't meant to impress. They point to one simple truth. Challenge is familiar here. But the real story isn't in the storm. It's in the morning after. When the winds have stopped, what do you see? Not prolonged silence, but neighbors calling out to one another as they clear debris, hands passing buckets of water, sacks of rice, roofs rebuilt by many, not just by the homeowner. Bayanihan is not a slogan printed in textbooks. It's a social reflex. In one neighborhood in Leyte, after a super typhoon, electricity had not yet been restored. Yet a group of young people organized food distribution using handwritten lists. No stage lights, no cameras, just the quiet understanding that if they didn't help each other, no one would arrive in time. The Philippines' resilience does not come from avoiding disasters. It comes from rising faster each time we are knocked down. From children returning to school even when half the roof is gone. From shop owners reopening even after floodwaters have swept through. This kind of strength is not easily measured by GDP or global rankings, but the world sees it whenever images of Filipinos smiling amid the ruins appear on international news. That resilience is not loud, it is steady. And if you have ever watched a neighborhood survive a storm together, you understand. Some nations endure. We rebuild. 4. One of the strongest musical cultures per capita. An ordinary evening in a home in Davao. No stage, no professional lighting, just a karaoke microphone in the middle of the living room, a few plastic chairs, and applause erupting when a child hits a note higher than anyone expected. In the Philippines, music is not a privilege reserved for artists. It lives inside the family, in churches, at small gatherings, in crowded bars where live bands play deep into the night. For years, and the Philippines has been regarded as a choral powerhouse in Asia. Many Filipino choirs and singers have won top prizes in international competitions, on Broadway stages, in global talent shows, on cruise ships crossing oceans. Somewhere in the lineup, you'll often find a Filipino name. But the real pride is not in the trophies. It's in the way music becomes part of identity. A construction worker who can sing a ballad like a seasoned performer. A child in a small province who can nail every high note of a difficult English song. Not because they were trained from birth, but because music has quietly woven itself into daily life. In families with loved ones working overseas, a song becomes a bridge. A simple video of a daughter singing for her father abroad can bring the entire household to tears. Lyrics say what distance makes hard to express. Music gives Filipinos something rare, the ability to release emotion without over-explaining it. And perhaps that is why, when Filipinos step onto international stages, they bring more than technique. They bring heart. This isn't the rare gift of a select few. It's a shared current running through a nation that knows how to turn feeling into sound. 5. One of the most socially connected nations in the world. When night falls in Manila, many homes still have their lights on. Not because people haven't gone to sleep, but because someone is waiting for a call. For years, the Philippines has ranked among the countries with the highest social media usage in the world. On average, Filipinos spend more hours online each day than most other nations. But if you only look at the numbers, you miss what truly matters. here. And the internet isn't just for scrolling or entertainment. It is the thread that ties together families separated by oceans. A mother working in Riyadh can watch her son blow out his birthday candles through a screen. A father on a ship in the middle of the Pacific can still listen as his daughter practices reading her English lesson. A group of old classmates in 3 different time zones can still laugh together on a video call. That kind of connection is not accidental. When millions of Filipinos work overseas, communication becomes an emotional lifeline, and we have turned technology into a way of keeping families from falling apart. Not every nation can remain this closely bonded while scattered across the globe. Some nations are large because of vast territory. Some are large because of economic power. But we are large because no matter where we are, we always find a way to stay close. And perhaps that is the quietest yet strongest number one of all. A nation may be stretched across the planet, but its heart still beats as one. And those are 5 number ones that may not appear on any official record board, but are clearly visible in the way Filipinos live, work, and love. We don't need to say we are strong. The world has already seen it. In the confident voice, in the ability to adapt, in the spirit that rises after every storm, in the songs echoing through small living rooms, and in the calls that cross entire oceans. If today you feel a quiet sense of pride hearing these reminders, then perhaps that is what matters most. Thank you for staying until the very end with Pinoy Global Explorer. If these stories resonated with you, don't forget to like, share this with a kababayan who might need to hear it, and subscribe so we can continue exploring the Filipino journey around the world. I'll see you in the next video.